Hello, it's Jenny here. It's just me. I am wearing red. I never wear any colors. And why? Because I'm going to talk about Chinese New Year. Yeah. So Chinese New Year, as we all know, has a lot of superstitions. You know, you can't shower, brush your hair, you can't throw away trash, you can't nap, you can't do laundry. There's a lot of things going on. So today I'm gonna be talking about all of the actual superstitions that exist, which is actually quite a lot. So yeah, before I do that, I do want to provide some context and just kind of background information. And obviously, this is for funsies. If you believe it, then you do it. If you don't, then you don't. And you get bad luck for the whole year. So yeah, here we go. All right, so very first thing, just for context wise, Chinese New Year is always at the end of January or February because it's based on the farming calendar, also known as Long Nek. And this year is also Year of the Ox. And that's significant because, well, we all know like zodiac is like the thing that Americans know. But what some people are always confused about is people think that when it's your year, you would get good luck. But that's actually not the case. This year is Year of the Ox. If you're an ox, you're actually Fan Tai Shui. What Fan Tai Shui means, it literally just means this is your year. So what do I actually mean by that? If you are Fan Tai Shui, that means it's your year, and that also means you would have a lot of ups and downs and potential very extreme good luck, but most likely bad luck through the year. So you would kind of go through a lot of like emotional roller coaster, ups and downs. Obstacles would always get in your way. There are a lot of unpleasant things that will happen because it is your year. To kind of try to suppress that, the thing that people do, this is like the first tradition I'm gonna talk about, is to put, when you get red pockets, you would actually put these under the pillow to suppress the tai shui. So it's called tai shui. Obviously, that may not be enough. And just like astrology, when you do things, just kind of take things slowly, make sure you think clearly before you act, and to just be very vigilant, very careful before you kind of make a big decision. So yeah, that's my first tip. Then a little bit more about Chinese New Year. When is Chinese New Year this year? This year is actually gonna be on February 12th, which is a Friday. There's more. You actually have to start preparing for it days ahead. Let's rewind a little bit to talk a little bit more about what you should be doing starting next week. Starting next Tuesday, that's Lin Ya Ba, which means it's the 28th, which means it's like 3-4 days before the actual New Year's. On Lin Ya Ba, you gotta start cleaning. Yeah, you have to kind of start cleaning out the old thing, like 除舊迎新. Like if you get rid of the old thing, if you can't marry the shit out of your life in your house, then you can welcome the new things for the new year. So there's that. And then before the actual New Year, you also have New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is also known as 除夕. Yeah, 除夕, on 除夕. That's usually where people gather, or sorry, not people, families gather and eat and just kind of hang out and prepare and get ready to welcome the New Year. Here, there is a big emphasis on the dinner itself. And a lot of people would also buy flowers, like the New Year's flowers, and other New Year's goodies like this. Yeah. I actually forgot to put my banners behind me, but I have like 2 banners here. But people also start putting up banners, very early on. So yeah. Now, on to the real deal. The actual traditions of what you should or should not do during Chinese New Year. Yeah, let's go. This whole entire month of the New Year, once you step into the New Year, you actually shouldn't buy any shoes. Why? Because, well, actually you shouldn't gift or buy any shoes. And because shoes in Chinese is hai, which sounds like sighing, and that is not a good thing. You don't sigh, for something good. You don't win the lottery and you're like, I won the lottery. Oh my goodness. Or you don't get a bonus at work and you're like, oh my god, I have extra money now. You get the gist, right? So that was one. My next 9 are actually all gonna be related to New Year's Day. So our second one, don't break things. So around the house, if you have anything that's breakable like these or a cup or a glass, make sure you put things away so that children or your pets don't get to it, because once you break it, then that means you'll be breaking, you know, your luck that is coming through and the money that's coming through, or your wealth that's coming through, and that's not good. Now, on to our third rule. Do not do laundry. So day 1, day 2, Choya Choi is supposed to be the birthday of the god of water, and you wouldn't want to kind of use him to wash your clothes, because that would like wash away all your good luck and wealth. And our next rule, rule 4, is also a water related rule. During day 1, you should try not to like shower or wash your hair, because again, it will wash away your wealth and your luck for that year. But experts have said in terms of your hair or showering, you should just make sure keep yourself neat and clean, and that should be enough. And in terms of keeping neat and clean, that should be your everyday rule. Rule 5. If you borrow someone's money, you lend them money, or someone lended your money, make sure before New Year's you pay them back or have them pay you back, and don't be doing this on Chinese New Year Day. Your money for the rest of the year would just be going out or like not coming to you, or people would be taking your money. So just don't do that. As you have noticed a pattern now, a lot of these things have to do with luck and wealth. Our next rule, don't use needles or scissors. Needles as in like the sewing needles. Yeah, don't be using anything that is very sharp, because once you cut yourself, then that is not good. It kind of symbolizes that you're cutting off like your wealth source for the rest of your year. So avoid that. It also could lead to you getting hurt for the rest of the year. So yeah, just avoid that. Avoid hurting yourself. That should be easy, right? Next rule, rule 7. Don't be telling somebody to get up from bed, get up in the morning using their full name. So don't be like, yo, Jenny Cott, wake up, because that would lead to that person, you know, having to be rushed for the rest of the year. So yeah, this is not really about yourself, but don't do that to others, okay? Our next rule is do not cook a brand new meal. So don't cook new like dishes and stuff like that. That's why people always like eat really well the night before, you know, like I mentioned, with their family, because you want to have a lot of leftovers. Oh my god, why is my cat doing this in the background? You want to have a lot of leftover so that you can eat it on New Year's Day, because like the 里年有余 is a very common New Year's phrase to say, because you would want 里年有余. You would want there to be leftover for the rest of your year. You don't want to be always like not have enough. You always want to have leftover. Yeah. Next rule, rule number 9, is to not take naps. So there's like 2 connotations to this. One is if you take naps, it means you're like lazy. I mean, you're not. I know a lot of y'all take naps. It's not lazy, but it's just what it means in the traditional sense, where it could affect your career negatively because you're taking naps on New Year's Day already. But the second thing is also, this is also the day where your family come visit you with like New Year's gifts. So you don't want to be sleeping for that, because you gotta get that red pocket. Our number 10 is to not sweep the floor or throw away trash, and that's because you don't want to like sweep away the wealth, the god of wealth, Choi-san, because you know he's here on New Year's Day. So if you sweep him away, then you won't get money the rest of the year. Yeah, it's the same connotation with the trash, the garbage, because lapsat white choice. So when you throw away your garbage and you're throwing away your wealth, I know this is like getting a little bit crazy, but like that's what it is. All right, now that's all the rules you have to know for day 1. And again, of course, this is for funsies only. Chinese New Year pre-COVID was a fun time where everyone gathered. There's a lot of decorations going on. You can go out to the Chinese New Year market. It's very fun. But this year, I guess we'll just have to kind of stay put and stay home, still do our best to take in the Chinese New Year spirit. Alright, and this is where I sign off, and this is where I tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Make sure to let us know as well if there's something that you would want us to do or see next. And I will see you in the next video. And thank you again for watching. 新年快樂! Bye!